Alrighty, guys. Welcome to ISD In School Detention. Here, broadcasting out of Slade's Corner, Wisconsin. You're here with Devonn
and Pierce.
Vontrell.
And we got a very, very, very special guest. Our guy, Josh. How you doing, bro?
What it is, what it do, D?
Nothing much, bro. Good to have you. It's the first time somebody called me D. Alright, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't geek him up.
Definitely.
For sure, bro. For sure. We got a great interview coming up. But first, bro, why don't you intro our first song?
First song of the day.
Say the song, bro.
What's the first song?
What is
sorry.
the
You picked the song.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So the first song, I'm nervous, y'all. My
No,
bad. It's my
you
first
good,
song.
man.
First song of the day. It's gonna be "Thorough Breed" by Lil Durk.
Alright, guys. We'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to In School Detention here on 101.5 WLCB out of Slade's Corner, Wisconsin. You're here with Devonn.
And Pierce.
Vontrell.
And we got our very, very, very special guest, our boy Josh. How you doing, bro?
What it is, what it do? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Bro, it's great to have you. Now, when I met you, right, my first impression of you was, man, he's an MC on the mic, MC in this event. And for those who don't know, MC doesn't always mean rapping.
Facts.
MC means, what is that?
It's
What does it actually stand? What does 2MC actually stand for? Before I say something I don't know.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
microphone controller. Or something?
That would make sense.
That's what they like run the show. Like they.
Yeah.
But like, what does MC mean?
Right.
Right, and that's weird. I should know that.
Yeah, that's crazy. What does MC mean? I really don't know.
Because I feel like the definition of MCing has changed over time, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Probably.
Back in the day, early hip hop era, MCing was strictly rapping. You're a person that could provide the lyrics to whatever chorus or beat that was being provided. Nowadays, MCing, like we were just saying, you don't just gotta rap. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to control the crowd. So I feel
Facts.
like now it's just moved to that.
I know what it means.
What does it mean?
It's Master of Ceremonies.
Oh.
Okay, Mr.
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take that.
Facts. Well, the ceremony we were at was at a charity basketball game for Hooligan Brand for Rico, and great people. So when you did that, you controlled the crowd very well, but you also had a good balance of being funny, yet not being too over the top.
For sure.
How'd you do that?
That really just comes from my creative nature or my roots. Like I am always a positive thinking person, so I want to see the happiness in people. So to bring that out of people, I feel like I just gotta be myself and pull out the jokes as much as I can without trying to offend anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the hardest thing I feel like I had to go through. Learning myself was just trying not to offend people and trying to get them to laugh it off instead of being upset about things. Because the climate that we're in now, a lot of people get
Offended.
mad and offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that last
Yeah.
You know
week.
what I'm saying? So I just try and stay away from offending people, more so letting them see the glass half full rather than half empty, so to say.
Do you find that kind of hard, trying not to offend people? Do you see yourself kind of limited in what you talk about because you're like, oh, I don't want so and so to get upset.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it could be hard at times. You feel me? But honestly, I don't like getting close to ledges. So if I'm like on a sensitive topic, I just try and like coast easy on it.
Right.
Because I know if I say something that I'm literally thinking,
Yeah.
it could be bad.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just try and filter my thoughts as much as I can so it comes off in a very digestive way.
Right.
Do you test run it on people before you actually come out?
Definitely. If I feel like it's a joke that's slightly controversial, I'll like be around my friends and I won't tell them like, "Hey, this is a joke." I just like run it off.
Yeah, because if
You
you
know
tell
what
them
I'm
it's a joke,
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So I just be thinking about it. Like, for example, I talk when I do stand up. I have jokes at times.
I'm close to the mic, bro.
My bad.
Yep.
I have jokes about homosexual people, heterosexual people, anything like that. But of course, I run it past my homies. Like in the middle of conversations, we just chilling. I be like, "Hey, yo, check it out," and I say a funny joke. And if they laugh, I be like, "All right, it's cool for them." But let me think about if an actual homosexual person would laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I still do take into account how people feel about things, regardless. I don't want it to purposely offend people. You feel me?
That'll be alright.
What Dave Chappelle say?
Because when Dave and his special, like he went, and Dave Andrew Schultz. I haven't watched Bill Burr's special.
Bill
yet.
Burr.
I
Yeah.
gotta peep Bill Burr too.
Yeah, that just came out a couple days ago.
Yeah, it did.
His new special.
Was
on
it good?
Netflix. Yeah, I love Bill Burr, so I thought it was hilarious.
Actually, I gotta peep. People been telling me to watch it.
Yeah, he's definitely funny. I feel like he's like on the same level like of Dave Chappelle when it comes to just like not caring about like he's just talking the truth.
I feel like that
people
level
or
of not caring is needed too.
Oh, of course. I feel like
it's just you can't.
I feel like
be funny without
in
caring.
comedy
Yeah.
that's what you need, because like otherwise you'll be like you'll be limiting yourself. You won't be talking about certain things and everything. I feel like everything can be made fun of. You know,
It can.
It's just about the perception of people that are being made fun of. Like, are they taking it in an offensive manner, or are they just being chill, nonchalant about it, and seeing the funny side of it?
Exactly.
Which, like I was just saying, I'm trying to provide for people.
Right.
Like, to see the funny side of it, man. It's not all the battle. Like, we all have flaws. It's funny if they're on display and that you're able to correct them. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if they were on display and you weren't actually trying to correct yourself and you just down and out about it the whole time.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So who inspires you?
On the comedy tip, who inspires me the most is Martin Lawrence.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. All growing up, like, my first movie that I saw Martin Lawrence even playing in was Bad Boys, the first one.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, so you excited for that new Bad Boys?
Oh,
bit, yeah.
what? I'm eccentric. I'm in there.
Yeah.
I watched Martin Lawrence and Bad Boys, and honestly, this is a honest hour. Bad Boys taught me how to curse as a kid.
Really?
Facts. Like, I did not have rhythm of cursing when I was growing up. And
You
I
got
grew-
Rhythm
somewhere.
of cursing.
yeah, I had
That's
my rhythm.
real though.
It's
That's
real.
a real
My cursing
thing.
rhythm as a shorty growing up in Calumet City was horrible. You feel me? But watching Bad Boys, that put me on that type of time to learn. And
Cuss word placement.
That's
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of kids struggle with it though, because once you start hearing the words, you start saying them. You
Yeah.
don't really know
No
what they
reason.
mean. and
No
all of a
reason
sudden-
at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Martin's overall personality, though, I feel like it's just like mine. Just older back in the day, and the way he used to rock Def Comedy Jam, man. That's how I feel like I want to embody anything when I hosted. Like,
Yeah, because he was a beast.
yeah, bro, he funny. Like, the way he comes off, like his creativeness off the fly. Somebody say something to him, he can instantly respond.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd laugh.
Yeah.
That's how I always was in high school. So I just tried to keep that up as much as I can.
Now, before we get too deep into it,
Facts.
you do a lot of different stuff. How would you describe yourself to someone who doesn't know you?
The short guy that does everything.
Don't count him out.
But to somebody who doesn't know me, I would describe myself as being genuine. You feel me? Like, that's my word that I want people to resonate with me the most. Like, I'm not a judging person. I'm not a person that's going to, like, do something that's super self-centered. Like, I try my best to be as open and optimistic about things as possible, and also shed light on a lot of different things that people like us go through, you know what I'm saying, and try and bring a funny side of it. So my biggest thing is just always trying to get people to see the genuine side of me, always.
Facts. Now, how would you, if you could give yourself a job, what would your job be?
A job?
Like, if you could describe all your
Job
talents.
title.
Yeah.
Job title.
Job
Duh.
title.
That's what that's called.
Yeah.
I think the proper job title would be public figure. I know that can be a bit saturated nowadays in the society.
You
But
sound like a
Everybody's a
politician when you say
public
that. I'm a
Yeah.
public
No,
figure.
but a public figure can be anything today. Like,
You feel me?
Yeah.
Bro, people on Instagram that
Our
I know
public
are public. I'm
figures. Like, come
I
on
know you.
now.
Right. You're not a public
Bro,
figure.
that's
Right.
Come on now.
I feel like mine would be that funny public figure. Like,
Okay.
a funny public figure guy. Like, you need me to host a show, like a Greek step show, or like a wedding ceremony. I could host either one. You know what I'm saying? You need me to be on stage by myself, no orchestration. You need me to just take some jokes off. I could do that too. You know, so whatever I feel like embodies controlling the crowd, I could do it.
A true master of ceremonies.
Yep.
MC.
Okay.
It's like Lord of the Rings over here.
Yeah.
Some Hunger Games over here.
You're right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, out of all those things, which do you enjoy the most?
What I started in at first, I would say just writing lyrics, man. I really started finding my niche and my craft with writing. So my first taste of ever like being creative was writing my own type of lyrics. So when I was a kid, I was mad inspired by like Kanye West growing up and the way he rapped, because it wasn't like the gangster rap that I was hearing from like 50 and all that my moms them didn't want me listening to.
Right.
So at that point I started to like write rhymes almost like Kanye, and I had like 4 or 5 different notebook pads, and I was always involved with percussion as well, so drums and melodic beats steered me. And at that point I feel like writing lyrics, writing for people, now to the point where I could write my own short stories, it's a blessing. Definitely.
That's a big blessing, bro. I mean, who else inspired you besides Kanye and Martin Lawrence?
Let's see. Well, in high school, my favorite rapper was Wale, for sure. Not afraid to say it.
Really?
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I
a
ain't
good
gonna. Okay.
He's cold though.
He-
Wale's
I like-
cold.
I'm
Like,
saying, wait,
Wale
let's
is
just
cold.
let's
He's
highlight
cold.
the fact that my boy D say,
Hold on. I'm not trying to hate.
this interview
I'm
go
not trying to
short.
hate. I'm not trying to hate. Just hear me. Hear me. You're like the third dude I've ever heard that they say like they like Wale. Not trying to say Wale don't have fans. I know Wale has fans. And I think Wale is decent too. I just don't hear a lot of people come out and say I'm a Wale fan.
that's because people are scared, man. Nobody.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I think it's just
He's not bad.
He not.
It was a train of people that were like against Wale because I guess his lyrics weren't like trappy and hardcore like how the climate of hip hop was going at that time. So if you were a person that was standing up for Wale, you had to take a lot of bashing from your friends like to defend him. So people got tired of being bashed. You
Yeah.
feel me? But people like me, nah.
Nah.
I'm strong minded, bro. I'm gonna like stick to what I believe in and like still hold bro up to the pedestal in which he deserves. You feel
Yeah,
me?
man,
Like,
he's cold. He's a lyricist. He's just more. It's for me. It seems more like just poetic.
For the
The way
ladies.
he
Yeah,
comes off instead of just
definitely.
trying to.
Like,
That's
he was good enough for
exactly-
Solange. He was good enough for me.
Yeah.
and that's how I started writing though, just like for the ladies. Like I wrote
Yeah.
off emotions growing up. So that's why I feel like I like him that much as an artist because I feel like we write the same. Kind of where I'm stuck with it at now.
I feel it.
That's super
definitely feel
dope.
it.
That's super dope. So now, in terms of other musical artists, you know, Wale, Kanye, who else you really into, or have been into, or at least into now, or trends, things like that?
Top 3: Wale, Kanye, and Wiz Khalifa. Top 3.
Like of all time for you,
My favorite top.
your favorite top three.
But as far as
Because he was finna debate you on that.
Yeah, I was gonna go crazy. I was just
All right. Clarify.
I got you. That was hilarious.
like, that's your top three. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Final answer.
it.
By the way,
Because I got facts.
Right.
all time though.
No order. You don't gotta put them in order.
No
You
order.
know, I'm just wondering.
You were about to get at his neck, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I felt
I
that.
was about to cut your mic off. I'm like,
We can't have that. We can't have that.
That's kind of hard, man. Now that I'm on the spot, because those are my 3 go-tos. But as far as like the coldest in the game, I always show love to the pioneers because again, I like
Who are the
hip-hop.
pioneers to you, though?
Pac, Biggie, people before them, like Jam Master Jay, the whole Def Jam crew,
NWA.
NWA, and I'm trying to get even deeper, like before
Wu-Tang.
that, Native Tongues,
Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar
Sugar
Hill.
Hill.
Jesus.
Some conflict.
Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
New York hip hop head, man. So like Native
Gotcha.
Tongues, the Tribe Called Quest, those were the people that
The Roots.
showed me
Yeah.
what hip hop is. Like,
Yeah.
I started writing. I'm like, okay, I like Wale, I like Kanye, but like once I started doing the research on how Kanye got his melodic beat making and all that brought me back to New York. That brought me back to the true hip hop. That's what showed me what it actually was. So that whole New York movement of positive hip hop is what I really like the most.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Good, bro. Now you are from Chicago.
most doubt.
Where in the city are you from?
So originally, my whole family is from the South Side. They grew up on 92nd and Loomis. I stayed there for literally 1.5 years. I'm not that type of guy, but I'm from the city.
Me either.
Right.
bro.
Rap it.
Like, I stayed there for a year and a half.
Suburban babies.
You feel me? Then I moved from there. I moved to Calumet City. I stayed in off of 147th. Went to Caroline Sibley for 5 years. Then from there, I moved to Matson and Richton Park, where I went to middle school and high school at. So
So you
I'm a
come
little
from
bit
all
from like
over.
all
Yeah.
South Side, but like 3 different distinct areas for sure.
Wherever you came up from is where you from, in my opinion. 'Cause
Yeah,
whatever made
yeah.
you like. I grew up in Kenosha, so technically I'm from Kenosha.
Facts.
So yeah.
It was a lot though growing up out there. I didn't really notice what it was then because of course Calumet City and Richton Park, the south suburbs of Chicago, they weren't as I don't even like to say bad because that's the wrong narrative to paint, but they weren't as underprivileged as they are now. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I saw that whole time span when I went away to college, came back, how different it was, and it just made me really see that you have to stick to what you believe in and also uplift your community as much as possible because if you don't, nobody else will. And we're at a point now in those communities where nobody has faith, so it's kind of falling down. But I want to be like the front runner. I'm trying to bring that back up. You feel me?
What has changed about the city for you coming up until now?
I just see like a lack of hope, man. A lot of kids don't have hope because they aren't driven by the right type of people. You get what I'm saying? Not saying the people that are driving them are bad or wrong, but those people, of course, experience things that provoke them to not be in a position that they should be positively. And it's not all their fault. It's like a domino effect. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm the person to shed light on the more positive and funny comedic side of everything. Like, you don't not only have to be a drug dealer or an athlete to make it out of where you're from. You could like books, you can like to write, you can like music and channel that and go to school for something in that field. You get what I'm saying? Even if you don't know what you want to do, as long as you have that same skin color and you are open-minded, you will be all right. Just don't fall victim to stuff that you know isn't right. You get what I'm saying?
Pick the keyword and then it's open-minded.
Factual.
You have to be open-minded.
Yeah.
Factual. Yeah. I just seen a lot of people fall victim to stuff that they know isn't right. That's why I'm just like, that ain't the move, bro.
That's real.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just thinking about it.
What's the what is the okay, cool. What is the hardest part about coming up in the entertainment game in Chicago for you?
Man, just getting people to believe in you, bro. Like, you gotta, for me at least, I always had to prove myself, like, regardless on, not just because of my stature or where I was raised or how I look, just because people have been lied to all the time. They've been sent off a lot. So getting me coming in, being that fresh personality for somebody to believe in me, it's kind of hard. But if I stay genuine and I show people my true identity, that kind of gives me leverage. But at the same time, I experience a lot of trials and tribulations just getting people to want to hire me to be a host or hire me to be an on-stage personality. But after they do it, they're always satisfied, and I build connections like that. You get what I'm saying? So it is kind of hard getting your foot in the door just with what I want to do. I just stay humble, grounded, keep my foot on necks, and telling them that my overall moral and mission for this is positivity more than anything. And once I kind of get them on that ledge, they'll come around the curve to it.
So once you get your foot in the door and you're somebody, like, what do you plan to do? Like, what's the big picture for you?
My big picture is to write and direct. I like I said, I love music, I love movies. So my first catapult is being able to, of course, be my own personality, but I also like directing music videos and directing like actual TV series. So envision the next 10 years, I definitely see myself being a director, not only for music videos, so they can be a little bit more than just a whole bunch of dudes in the camera with guns. Like, being people like an actual story to a music video, not even just for guys, but for women too.
Yeah.
And also being able to write my own short stories to either be cinematic movies or short TV stories, because, man. Like,
and what genre?
That's a good question, because I write I write about the real, man. So like the genre would more so be dramatic, in my opinion. It would be dramatic.
I can see that.
Now, you mentioned, Bad Boys 1 being one of your favorite movies.
Definitely.
What other movies do you love?
All right, so another honest hour. When I was when I was about, I would say 4 or 5, I watched Titanic, man. Like,
I cannot get through Titanic.
I've never watched
it.
It
is
ever,
entirely too. I don't like to be sad.
Bro,
so
I don't know what it was with me, but like I watched Titanic like 100 times straight as a kid.
Is that good to you?
I don't know. I just like repetition, man. Like anything that I liked growing up, I watched it or redid it 1,000 times before I got tired of it. So like Titanic, Toy Story, those were 2 movies that I really liked growing up. Then when I got hip to like black cinema and seeing like people like me on screen, of course the Bad Boys trilogies. I'm having a brain cramp. I have a really black movie that I love a lot.
Is it Poetic Justice?
Not Poetic Justice, but I rock with Pac in that.
Soul Plane.
Soul Plane, But it's a good movie.
I'm just shouting out black movies, bro.
the wrong one.
Paper Soldiers.
No,
that was my movie.
I'm tripping. I got it. Paper Soldiers was good though. Love Doesn't Cost a Thing with Nick Cannon was my favorite black movie.
Love Doesn't Cost. I don't know if I've seen that one.
You haven't seen that
one?
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Man, you just
That movie is old.
I see Drumline.
Drumline
was like right around that time that movie came.
That was a hot movie though.
Drumline was
amazing. Nick Cannon with the braids was killing it, bro.
I wanted to be able to
And
I still do, low key.
Man, I was playing the drums before Drumline came out at the church. Drumline came out, I'm instantly, I'm finna be the coldest percussionist ever. Went to band camp. I'm like, damn, they got us running upstairs. I'm good on that.
That ain't it.
I just played from the crib.
Right.
But yeah, Drumline was dope. That's what made me want to go to a HBCU college more than anything, man. Watching Drumline and the movie School Days, of course, Spike Lee, prominent figure that I look up to as well. I remember we talked about that earlier. Another movie, I would say, Let Them Cost a Thing, Love and Basketball, of course.
Of course. I seen that,
Every
y'all.
black person's
I seen that. I seen that one, y'all. Relax.
you seen that one.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah, man, black cinema is dope, bro. I love all black cinema, especially early 90s black cinema. When I was in college, I would just literally watch all historic black cinema, man.
Nothing else to do you in college?
Yep, right.
Besides work.
True.
You do your homework.
All right.
My bad, y'all. My bad. Yeah, you could. It just seems like
to watch movies.
it just seems like when you're in college, and when we get back from the break, I talk to you about your college life. It just feels like you guys have so much fun. I mean, everyone in this room has gone away to school except for me. So it just seems like you guys go to class, you guys do what you gotta do your homework. Then after that, you just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of times,
Basically.
y'all either, if y'all have girlfriends, y'all with your girlfriends or your significant others, whatever. And then you watching movies or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's really how the structure of college goes, man.
Basically, yeah.
It's like your first taste of independence almost.
But don't get it twisted.
Not for everybody, but obviously.
Yeah.
True. It is not for everybody.
I'm telling you, get there and you on that type of time all day, you gonna fall off. You gotta designate your time the right way to be successful.
For sure. Right before we go into the break, guys, a new venue featuring jazz, blues, and folk music has arrived. The Good Men Club in WendallKilliams, Illinois. The club accommodates 100 patrons. The seating, lighting, and acoustics were created for those who love listening to music in a live setting. Ticket information and performance schedules are available at goodmenclubjazz.com. Again, that's goodmenclubjazz.com. Or their phone number at 224-475-1747. Again, that number is 224-475-1747. The Good Men Club in WendallKilliams. It's happening. All right, guys, we got an interview with Retro. We will be right back. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, guys, we got the interview with Josh. We will be right back. First thing we're gonna give you guys a quick song. What song should I play, guys?
I'm here for some Megan.
Megan?
Right off the jump.
Right off the jump?
Right off the jump.
Well, you should have prepared me. I don't know. Does Megan have any clean music?
Most likely not, so move on.
Let me see. No, she does not have any clean music. Oh, Fever is clean. All right, pick a song.
Really?
Well, Josh is back. No Fever.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. Y'all see how you just did me like that?
Bro, what am I supposed to do?
Still play the song.
I was trying to get a song quick in while you was, doing your thing.
You can go ahead and do it, man.
All right, man. What song do you want to hear by Megan Thee Stallion?
Really?
First of all, if every word's gonna be bleeped out.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Thank you, bro.
But you can still play it, so I still want to hear it.
We gonna play some Young
Summer
Thug.
is over.
Yeah, right.
The summer is over, man.
So is Cool Boy Fall right now.
So, do you have another song that's not gonna be all bleeped out? Because I don't want to. I keep it.
Play what you want, man.
I'm playing some Young Thug, which isn't any better, but I don't care.
Right.
Oh my god.
No, I definitely played some Young Thug.
I definitely play some Young Thug.
Hey, play Light It Up. Young Thug.
Yeah.
Yes. Did I play? I don't think I played that last week.
I don't
Play
think
Light
so.
It Up.
I'm playing Light It Up.
Y'all see how Megan just got booted?
She didn't get booted.
She got
Only
booted.
because there's too many cuss words in the
Okay.
song. We're not saying
Now
her
now
music
watch this
isn't
song.
good.
Got just as many cuss words.
Does it though?
Probably.
Y'all want to hear Young Thug say something gay? Hit play.
Hit play.
You hear it? You hear it?
I got it. Yeah.
He come on the track talking about, that's my man. Yeah. I was in the car like, that's my man.
What? Wait a minute.
My type of man.
I sing it through. I don't even be caring.
I don't either, bro.
I sing it through, bro.
I don't either, man. I show love to it.
Even when girls make songs, they be like, "Boy, you." I be in the car,
Bro.
"Boy, you."
Yes, you have to embody
It's
it.
lyrics,
It's
It's
lyrics.
lyrics.
And especially nowadays, man, if you comfortable with who you is, bro, none of that should even matter, dog.
Exactly.
Right.
That don't even matter.
All right, but we'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back to 101.5 WOCB ISD out of Slate's Corner, Wisconsin. Here with Devonn
And Pierce.
Vontrell.
and our very, very, very special guest, Retro.
Sorry, I had the water. Yo.
All right, man. Real quick though, so we can jump right into this. Now, you went to SIU.
SIUE, correct.
Now, which SIUs is exactly? Because there's different.
Yeah, this is so I went to the bougie one. I went to.
Hey, I'm here for bougie.
You feel me? My guy rocking with it. I went to Edwardsville. That's like 15 to 20 minutes outside of the St. Louis area, Southern Illinois, obviously. And compared to Carbondale, a little bit more dumbed down. It's it lets you focus, gives you room to focus a little bit more, which I like. Of course, it's a PWI.
What's that mean?
Predominantly white institution. So like I said, coming out of high school, I really was HBCU crazy. I had the grades for it, had everything, just really didn't have the financial stability. So I went to my parents' alma mater, and I loved it, man. Honestly, of course it wasn't as like a U of I, a big D1 school. We're Division II. But it still was a good experience for me because of what I gained from it. And it put me into the type of time that I'm doing now, being able to host events. So, yeah. That's how you read school. Go to school. Go to college, people.
Go to college.
I definitely say go to college, only if it's what you need, though.
Facts.
Only if it's what you need. Now, if you could redo everything to where you are now, are you still going to go to college?
HBCU. So I would go to college, I would do it, but just not a PWI. I go to a HBCU. For sure.
Makes sense. And I never heard the term PWI before.
Really?
Ever.
White.
Yeah.
No.
Did not know that. It makes sense. HBCU, PWI. Is that like an official term?
Yeah, it's an official term. I didn't know about it either until I got there. I thought it was just college until they're like, no, this is the PWI. I'm like, wow. You said I got a DWI.
Okay, well, this black
through it. Right. I got a DWI.
Hey, like, I walked here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly, bro.
Facts. All right. So now, in terms of music and the life of music, do you feel like events and parties and meeting people, do you feel like that's still the core of music? Because everything is in technology now. Back in the day, early 2000s, you want to hear some music, you had to go to a record store, get a CD. Now everything's here on our phones. Do you still feel like parties and everything are still the core of music?
Definitely, because of the fact that technology is into play now. So like parties, concerts, live events with music incorporated, that is the closest feel you're going to get to being authentic to whatever artist you're listening to. So because of the fact that we have social media and Apple Music and all these platforms where you can just access any track where you want to, it's harder for you to not only pick an artist that you like, it's harder to get that one-on-one resignation that you used to get with artists back in the day. Like back in the day, people had like one favorite artist they would kill and do whatever for, and they would go see them in concert and feel that same way. Nowadays, if you can see, like even with me, when I'm trying to explain my favorite artist, because I listen to like 13 people a day, my brain is like stuck between, I love this Young Thug song, but I can't forget about my homie Wale, and can't forget about the GOAT Kanye. You feel me? So it's different a lot because of the internet now, for sure.
One thing I've noticed is that this happened to me recently. Actually, I got like a music burnout. There was a good like 8 hours. I didn't want to hear anything. Like I was trying to listen to something because I heard, and I don't know if you guys ever dealt with this, but like I was listening to so much music and I do so many different genres. Like I went from Maxo Cream to like Young Thug to like Earth Gang to Childish Major and like all the way down like J. Cole and then back and then Corden and like Boogie. Like I was so everywhere after a while. I was like, yo, my head hurts. Like I can't. I'm sitting there trying to enjoy this Earth Gang album, which I personally think is amazing, and I'm still trying to listen to it, and I'm just like, man, I really can't even get into this right now. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys, but that happened to me the other day. It was really surprising, actually.
It only happens to me like when I feel like hearing old school music. So like if I'm sitting over here listening to like Future or something, and then all of a sudden I want to hear Tina Turner, "Why Do Fools Fall in Love?" I get burnt out, because it's an extreme difference.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I think you can go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, when that happens to me, I usually just kind of for me it's like a lot. Sometimes I just don't want to hear words, because I'm it's a lot coming at me. So usually I just put on like you guys know like lo-fi, like hip hop, like beats and stuff like that. Just like beats like that, just something to play in the background. Just like so I kind of still want to listen to music, but I don't want to have to like pay attention to what's being said to me. You feel me? So I'll just throw that on and do whatever I gotta do, because you do get burnt out sometimes trying to listen to all these people.
Bro, I get burned out with music, but kind of like what my homie over here hinted on, I would just go and change genres or change generations of music. So of course, go to trap, hip hop, rap. When I get tired of that, man, I need to hear some old school R&B or just some R&B period. Like I'm an R&B connoisseur. Like I grew up in a household that played R. Kelly like crazy. You feel me?
Yeah,
so
for real.
that whole singing over slow beats and all that. I love that because you could sample that too and to turn it up real fast and create a hip hop song. So yeah,
It's pretty much what hip hop is.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I get burned out with music though too. It's natural.
Definitely. So now, switching gears to comedy. I actually last night went to a comedy show that was a completely Christian comedy show. Super creative.
Word.
They weren't supposed to cuss. One guy did cuss. Whatever I expected. I know, right? I was like, like, come on, bro.
He probably like, forgive me, God. Right?
He cussed like 5 times. I think he was like, you know what? Forget this. It was a good show though, but it's just like, do you feel like as a comic you could ever have a whole show and not cuss?
Definitely, because I didn't had a whole conversation with friends or with people that I feel like are superior, and I've tried not to curse on purpose, and it's successful, you know. And it's just about your delivery, how you say it. It's not about putting emphasis on the swearing word or whatever you're trying to say. It's just about how you say it and how you word it. Definitely.
That just seeing comedy as, you know, every time, you know, comedians cuss, comedians talk about whatever they want under the sun. So seeing some comedians that were clean, like to see that challenge, bro, like that was crazy to me.
I mean, if you think about it in a way, comedians help move culture because they're always talking. They have to be to know what's going on right now, and then have to talk about it too and make it funny.
I think comedians are necessary for like the survival of the human race.
Man,
I know that sounds really deep, but it's just.
spot
Do
on.
you guys get what I'm
I know where
saying?
you're coming from. You know,
Yeah.
it gives a, you know, and kind of like a escape from like the
Yeah.
seriousness of life. You feel me? So like, so you can like laugh at what's going on. So
You
it's
feel
not just
me?
so depressing the whole time.
Yes.
You know.
And
Exactly.
when you go
I
to a
get you.
comedy show anyway, it's basically should tell you not to take yourself so seriously because that's why this comedy
yeah.
is up
Yes.
here.
For
That's
sure,
why
man.
he could be up here. 'cause
That's
you
why
don't
people
take
get
it so
upset
seriously.
because they take themselves way too seriously.
Exactly.
They can't laugh at themselves.
Yeah.
and
It's
I
like-
think that is a branch off for people feeling a little bit too entitled. You know what I'm saying? Us being black, like we automatically like went through a lot. So
Yeah.
we feel like at this point in time, we are entitled to a lot of privileges now, since we were underprivileged for X amount of years now. But people that don't relate to us, they come to like venues or shows and get offended way easily because their entitlement is like out of the roof
Yeah.
at this point. And it's
Yep.
like, yo, when you black, like we done been through it all. Like I could talk about it and still be comedy and it not being a hard thing. You shouldn't take it that way, bro. Like it's just a part of just growing. People will see it. I feel like that whole cancel culture trend and all that.
I'm so sick of the cancel culture.
Whoa.
It is cancer.
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
It is
I'm
cancer
sorry.
too, bro.
It's not cancer.
It
That's
is
not their fault.
carcinogenic.
Hey, I'm sick of cancer too, bro.
Yeah.
Facts,
No.
man.
I was
Stop
saying
smoking
cancel.
because of that.
Right.
But nah, that cancel culture stuff, that's all just direct recoil to like people not being, I don't want to say not being strong minded, but just trying to shed too much light to like disadvantaged pools of people. It doesn't even take all that, man. Just take it easy. Look at the glass half full. Relax. Laugh.
And get off your high horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, just laugh.
Everybody
That's
makes
all.
mistakes, man.
Bro, you
I
right.
hate when people just act like they're perfect and trying to call us celebrities for something that happened like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
It's like,
man.
well,
Yeah.
if, like, were you the same person 10, 15 years ago? Of
No.
course not. You know,
Of
like
course
people
not.
grow. You know,
Of course
you know?
not. I don't know. It's just like nowadays in climate, the room of error, there is no room for error. Nowadays.
Yeah.
You just got to be like perfect.
Mhm.
Like, come on, man.
I always say if I was someone of notoriety, I would definitely be. No one would know what my kids look like. They may know what my wife look like.
So you
My-
basically carry it how J. Cole carried it.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's
we trying to
smooth,
move
though.
like
A lot of
Beyonce, so I
celebrities
feel
do
And
like,
Drake,
yeah.
Charlemagne. We haven't seen Charlemagne's kids.
Or his wife.
We seen his wife.
I have never seen his
They
wife.
stepped out to an event on about a month and a half ago. No, 2 months ago.
She's doing
I
a great
saw,
job.
I saw it on
'cause I've never seen
Instagram.
his
Saw it on
wife.
Instagram. So yeah, I was super
I'd
surprised.
probably leave it up to her. Like, you know, like,
Right.
If
True.
Do
That's
you
a-
want
that's a good point.
Come out with me. You
She's
know?
a grown
Like,
woman.
if you want to, if you're cool with it, by all means. I'm not gonna shelter you. You
I know
what
if
I'm
I was
saying?
with
Like,
somebody famous, I just want to stick to the background. I don't want nobody in my face. I don't want to be dealing with what Aisha Curry is dealing with.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about. They be
Yeah,
trying to
they be
dog
treating
her.
her, and I don't
Steph,
like
had,
that.
Steph handles
she
it
puts
well.
herself not in that position to be a dog, but she puts herself in the limelight. You know what I'm saying?
Because she has an
Yeah.
opinion and she voices it.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if she's okay with that, then by all means, like, it's one thing if like people are just coming at her and she's just trying to be a wife. You know, like,
But
she's
even
doing
before
her
she
own.
started talking, though, people were coming at her.
That is true. I mean, but that kind of comes with celebrity, though.
Fiance, well, her husband, I should say, is freaking Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He hits every shot.
Yeah.
So of course they're gonna try and find a way to like see them negatively connotated. At that
100%.
point, you feel me? It's like, nah,
That's a
Aisha,
strong
that
black
ain't true.
household.
It is. It is. And they try and clown, and he handles it well. Like, it's in terms of that. Because I know me personally, like, I'm sensitive about, like, when people talk crazy about my friends.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine my wife.
Yeah.
Like, if I literally, I know it's not healthy to do this, but I try to be on, like, my phone on Twitter just gunning people, just going crazy at people's necks. Because I know it's not what you're supposed to be doing.
You're really not.
It's not what you're supposed to be.
Wakes up, first thing he does, check Twitter. Let me see what I got.
Right. Let me see who I want to get together today.
Are you gonna come eat? Nah, watch out. And I know it's not what you're supposed to be doing. I just know me, and I just know my reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's like with the older people that are like 30 years and older, they grew up a longer time without having social media. So
Yeah.
they're used to almost having a private life and not getting everything disclosed out to people that they don't even know. With us millennials, I feel like we got half and half. We got half living without social media, half living with it. So we kind of have flexibility as to which life do we want to live. Do we want to live this private life, or do we want to live the life that we're like in the spotlight all the time?
You know, one thing I feel like it's almost getting to that point. Is that it's if you want to be successful in life, you know, especially like in entertainment, you kind of have to be on social media. You may not like super heavy, but you gotta be on there, you know. And it kind of sucks because like if you want to have a private life, it's like, well, okay, choose your privacy or choose to follow your dreams and be successful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
it blows, man.
Yeah, it definitely does, man.
It's a bittersweet thing.
Yeah,
it is. Unless you're like huge, because we got artists like, for example, I bring him up again, but like a Cole, for example. The man tweets like once every 6 months.
But when he tweet, it get retweeted like 1,000,000 times.
Because
that's that Frank Ocean vibe.
Yeah.
You know, that's a better example. That's a way better example. Frank Ocean has a Tumblr.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Tumblr?
Tumblr was
Have y'all
hot
tried
back
to
in
use
the day.
Tumblr?
I still have a Tumblr.
That's what I'm saying. But do you still use it?
No.
Thank you.
Tumblr is like the hardest social media platform to use, bro.
I don't understand it.
I agree.
If you can master Tumblr, you're made to be famous.
Yeah, for real.
All
Straight
famous
up.
people nowadays that we see that are like on now, their Tumblrs were cracking.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they were like our age.
I feel like
back then doing that. So like, I feel like we could probably do that now. But like, no one uses Tumblr in the first place. So like, I'm not gonna call that.
I feel like Tumblr is kind of like MySpace in a way. It's just it's been there forever, and it's
I never used Tumblr like that.
I don't know. Wasn't Tumblr like just a big blog? Like it was.
Tumblr was like Instagram. What Instagram was way back in the day.
Yeah, I feel like Tumblr was like not like for creative people, but like if you had like you had a lot more freedom to be creative and not make it your own. You know what
it
I'm
makes
saying?
like blogging and picture taking together.
Yeah,
and it's like a cluster of just pictures and blogs when you get on it. That's why it gets confusing.
Super confusing.
That's when I first saw my first. Is it GIF?
Yeah, I think I say GIF.
I say GIF too.
I don't know anybody who says GIF.
I say loop.
I low-key say GIF.
You say GIF?
Yeah, I say GIF.
I say loop because just like, oh, it's in a loop.
So you just say loop?
Yeah, like
have you seen the loop?
Yeah, like have you seen this loop? This is crazy.
Yo, I would not know.
What is a loop?
I would be so good. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Social media is crazy when we think about it. Like, we just broke down like 3 media platforms.
We
We did. We talk about it on the show a lot. We really be trying not to because it's just like, dang.
But how can you not to?
Everything's side in the social media.
It is.
I hate it, bro.
Speaking of social media, if you would like to, you don't have to.
There you go. Follow them laws.
Follow me, man.
Like them options.
Follow them laws.
Follow your boy. Get me decent, man. On Twitter, I'm _Hustle Russell. HUSTLE RUSSELL. That has been my Twitter name since 2010.
Dang.
Literally never changed it.
Trademark
inspired
vibes.
by Nipsey Russell and Nipsey Hussle. Literally. That's how I found out about Nipsey Hussle. I'm like, oh, dang, he got the same kind of name as me. That deprived from an artist that I know, Nipsey Russell. So
yeah,
that's me on Twitter. Instagram is Josh Retro, JOSHR3TRO. You can follow me on there. That's where I'm most active at most of the time. Funny videos, vlogging, I should say, and constant personality. So yeah, you can book me through my Instagram too as well.
If you would like to.
If you would like.
What's your Tumblr?
You feel me?
Right.
Some people you still use it.
What's your MySpace?
I have it. I don't remember it, man. I really don't remember it.
But back to the point, you know, it's just like to living a private life. We only hear from Frank, Cole, or Kendrick as if it's gonna be music related. Well,
That's
Cole's
true.
starting to speak out now, more political things. But specifically to just stick to Frank, we only hear from Frank if it's music.
Do you know that last album he had? What was it, the Blonde album? If it wasn't for all those memes and people going hashtag Where's Frank, he probably would have never put that out.
I think he would have gave it to us. It wouldn't have had the biggest response.
No, I think so. I think
I feel like it was coming, but he wanted to release it when he was. It's just,
Correct.
but once he put it out, though, all those memes, that hashtag, it all went away.
Honestly, Frank blew me, bro. That Blind album, I was like expecting something totally different, like off like Post Orange.
Yeah,
I ain't really get that vibe from it.
Did you not like it?
Honestly, I didn't. I'm not even gonna front. Like,
What?
I didn't like it like how I liked all his other projects,
I liked it.
bro.
I think
it was one song that I liked off that album, like real hard, and it was Solo, and it was Andre 3000.
Yeah, that was the same song I rocked with.
Say it again.
Solo from off of the Blonde album with Andre 3000.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
A 3-stack
That's
feature.
the only song you like off of that album?
I mean, I liked Ivy too,
You
but
don't
I
like
had to
Nights?
be. I didn't.
That's crazy.
I didn't. It just.
Crazy.
It actually made me go listen to Channel Orange, which is crazy.
That's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I've never heard that from anybody.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's the
you're
first time
fine.
I'm hearing that. But I guess everyone has their
okay.
opinion.
Likewise.
I get it.
All right, Josh, real quick, what you want to talk about? Because we got 7 minutes left.
Let's talk about how I originated and how I got my name.
Bet.
So you guys can figure out a little bit more about me, so y'all know I'm normal too.
Okay, I see you, Josh.
Yeah, so my nickname is Retro. People call me Lil Rich, Young Rich, or Lil Josh, and that really just derived from my obsession with Jordans, man. I feel like I would consider myself one of the first original sneakerheads, not just off of somebody else liking sneakers. I started liking sneakers off my mentality, off my thoughts. When the internet first came out, I was about, I don't know, like 5-6 years old. First website I went to, Jumpman23.com, instantly. Because of the obsession. I used to see Jordan commercials on TV. I had mics when I was literally 1995, Concord 11s. So when I got a little bit older, like 7-8 years old, that love still was there. And I liked playing basketball too, of course. I played ball in high school and in middle school. And I started looking up Jordans, man, just learned the history, the knowledge from there, and it gave me the ambition and the drive to do what I wanted to do. Like, when I put mics on, I feel like I'm unstoppable. Like, this is me. I'm never going to not stop liking mics. Like, that's who I am to the core. So if y'all know me, y'all know I'm a true Jordan head, man. Like, only GIFs, grills, not GIFs, but only gems, grills. I don't like rocking with, like, the Height, Off-White, Travis Scott. They're cold, but I would pick some retros over them any day.
Mm-hmm.
So do you only wear retros, or do you got like other shoes too?
I have one pair of Off-Whites, but I hate it. I don't even want them.
Really?
Like, I don't even know why I got them. It was
just to
like,
have them.
basically, because
Yeah.
I rock with Virgil and Kanye, like their whole movement. But like I said, I'm a Jordan head, man. I done went through the whole Yeezy phase, sold all of my boosts.
I had some Yeezys.
You did? You sold them?
I did.
See, that's what I'm
did.
saying. You don't just sell
I
mics
did.
like that, bruh.
I did.
You don't. Man, it's like the Yeezys cost too much now too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Actually, they only $350 at the Foot Locker, which is crazy.
But
Because I paid way more
That's
for
still a
them
good
to get
amount,
them
though,
into.
I mean.
That's a
Yeah, they
ridiculous
are. But I
amount
paid
of
way
money,
more for them when I
And
got
it's about
mine,
solidifying that
The-
spot too
the-
to get them.
Yeah.
The fact you just said only 350 is crazy.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, that's a whole repair of the car.
You feel me? And mics used to cost like $100, bro.
Yeah, back in the day.
And nowadays the cheapest mic
Jesus.
is the Retro One. But the Retro One is the most sought off after mic. So if you get that mic and you flip it, you paying $160 for it retail. But you can get like $400 off of them after you sell it.
I hate women complaining about their shoes. Girl,
Because their shoes be so cheap.
Like, girl,
Like they get 3 for $10 at like
That's
a Gosti.
real.
like, girl,
what?
these,
real.
Yeah.
like, girl, these were 70. I can't believe it. 70, shorty, really?
Man, do you know flat out we paying $100 for shoes?
No,
Like,
no,
that- especially if you got a big foot. Like,
I say minimum. Oh, we can't list pricing.
right?
Damn, exactly.
You can't. But
Sorry for giving y'all all that history on how to sell these mics. Don't listen to that. Don't do it. You just
either way, if you are a
freaking up
man
the
and you're buying nice
You
shoes,
pay a
you're
minimum
paying money.
110.
Yeah,
Minimum.
minimum.
Yeah.
Period.
Minimum.
it
And
costs to be fresh, man. That's
It
why-
do.
definitely does.
It definitely
Really
do.
You just gotta stick to what you like, bro. You are fresh no matter what you wear. That's my main thing I like to tell you. 'Cause in college, bro, people were taking this over the top. I literally
They
would
still do.
come to school with Nike Tech pants or sweats, and they'd be like, "Dang, bro, you fresh." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm chilling, bro. I'm going to class. I have on some mics and a classic T-shirt. Just wear what you like and wear it to the fullest of your ability, and you will be solid, bro."
Cause honestly, when you get older, bro, don't nobody really care what you
Don't
wear.
nobody care.
And it's all about confidence when you get older too. 'Cause some of the
Yeah.
most busted people be the most
Exactly.
confident.
Yeah,
And
they-
be like,
And
what?
the most richest.
Yes. Like what?
Because Mark Zuckerberg wears pants and like polos, regular stuff. He doesn't. You don't see Mark Zuckerberg, and I also think it's a cultural thing. But you don't see like Mark Zuckerberg, all Gucci'd out with 6 chains.
You feel me?
And not to knock if you got.
But
chains.
if you notice though, that trend is starting to change, and I think 21 is a good leader in that
21
trend.
Savage.
Yes.
Yeah, he was all about.
Yeah, because he was.
Straight
and he
up
was
about
like,
the
nah, I ain't doing
Migos,
that no
bro.
more.
The Migos are ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, like I'm not hating on.
You got to keep in mind, it's part of their gig too.
It is.
It's part of their gig, so
It is.
I don't know. High key, I feel like a lot of the time they don't even look good. Not the Migos in general, but just like when you put like all this designer on, and
bro,
chains,
it's
like bro, you don't even
oversaturated.
look good. Like
I get 1 chain, 2 at the max. 1 chain. If I ever wore jewelry, it'd be 1 chain for me.
You see how you got to do it, bro. Just keep it simple. And it's what it's about is whatever chain it is, it should be as geared towards your personality as much as it can be. You can't just be wearing something that you wouldn't wear. That was my biggest thing.
yeah.
Trying to fit in with MCing, hosting, and modeling, like trying to get notoriety. I wasn't gonna model nothing that I knew I wouldn't either wear or was morally compromising. I'm not that type of guy, bro. I'm not finna be on a model gig wearing a shirt that says F God.
yeah,
Facts.
That's not me.
Facts.
It's not me. I'm not selling myself for nobody. Period.
100%, bro.
Keep that mindset.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got to wrap up this first half of ISD. Really quick, guy, my boy, give your social medias one more time.
Again, one more time, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, it's JOSHR3TRO. Again, you can catch all the funny vibes. You can catch the drip. You can catch where I'm going to be hosting and MCing, as well as doing comedy shows that on my Instagram. And on Twitter, if you want to see what I'm really thinking, if you really care, follow me on Twitter, man, _ Hustle Russell, HUSTLE RUSSELL. Again, 2 S's, 2 L's, and Russell. You can follow me on Twitter and also Instagram again, Josh Retro, spelled with a 3.
That's good, man. I'm very proud of you, bro.
Love, bro. Again, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. When we met, I'm knowing like, hey, bro on one. He know I'm on one. Let's put these common talents together.
Yes, sir. I was definitely afraid to talk though. At first I was afraid to network with people because he was on the mic, he was cracking jokes. When you in the mode of cracking jokes, anybody that's come within range is a target. So I was just like,
could we get grilled?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay in the background.
Right.
I'll catch him when he get off the mic.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's all love, man. I provide the vibes, bro.
Yes,
All
sir.
the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro. All right, guys. We'll be right back.
Gratitude.